Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel Anna's Life in Spain. It's Anna with you here, and today of course we have another update on the situation in our lovely sunny country as well as our Benidorm region. Let's start with the situation as we usually do. For the last 24 hours, we've had 5,733 new cases, and the index of people getting sick versus 100,000 of people is still dropping, and it's 139 already, which is just amazing. We all hope that the index will keep dropping and very soon will be in a low risk of getting this bad virus. Our in general situation is very good, very optimistic. The Minister of Tourism here in Spain has declared on the International Tourism Conference here in Madrid that all the borders will be opening 1 week earlier for the third countries that are non-European Union countries. For example, UK, Russia, Ukraine, White Russia, a lot of different countries that don't form the part of the European Union. And it's going to be opening starting from next week, which is very positive news. Apart from that, they said that the green certificate, the green passport that the European Union was working on will not be ready on the 1st of June because they don't have enough time to prepare it, although they've already confirmed how it should be. What kind of procedures people should follow, but still, in order to implement it fully, they need at least 1 more month. So starting from the 1st of July, this passport will be working and available. Apart from putting there the information about the vaccination, about the PCR testing, they've said also that the simple test for the antigen, which is a lot cheaper than the PCR test, as we all might already know for now. So it will also be accepted in order to travel to a lot of different countries. As for the PCR itself, European Union wanted countries to make this test free because it's very expensive right now in a lot of countries. Here in Spain, for example, it reaches 120 euros per person, and if you travel in a family, then this is very expensive thing to pay for, and basically doesn't serve you for anything except for just knowing if you have the virus or not. The PCR tests in general will still remain paid. They will not be free. However, European Union has sent 100 million euros for us in order to make these tests less expensive, so that the government would have the option to lower the price for these tests, and this way a lot more people would be willing to travel. This is basically what's happening right now in our region. Our president of Valencian region and here of the area in Benidorm especially are still talking to the UK and pushing them. Basically, in other words, they're pushing quite a lot. UK and Boris Johnson in general, all the most important people from the embassy here in Spain, the embassy of the UK, they're pushing them a lot so that they would eliminate the quarantine for people traveling to this region, because they still don't understand why, having such a low index, people are not allowed to travel. Well, they are allowed, but they're not recommended to, as well as they need to have obligatory quarantine when they come back. So it's not really fair. And due to all this situation, I must say that Spain is already below Portugal and Greece in terms of people coming and visiting the country, especially from people from UK. What's happening is that Portugal and Greece, they have a national like in general, a big plan in order to start opening the tourism once again. Greece also had almost fully vaccinated all people, and they promote themselves as COVID-free environment as well in all the islands, and people are willing to go. Here in Spain, the main issue is that we don't really have the national-wide plan and national-wide advertisement to say people what we can offer different from other countries in order for them to come here and not choose like Portugal or Greece, for example. But we don't have it. All the regions are working separately. For example, Valencian region is selling themselves as lowest risk area here in Spain. A lot of COVID measures in the hotels, everything is prepared. It's very safe. All the beaches are ready. So basically they're positioning themselves as very safe environment. But in general, not all areas of Spain do, and as a result, people are choosing other countries that may not be as well prepared as Spain is, but are positioning themselves a lot better than Spain is actually doing right now at this very moment. Although hopefully the international tourism week that we have right now, that will finish this Sunday in Madrid, will allow us somehow to promote ourselves better and to be able to bring here slightly more tourists, because a lot of the hotels here in Benidorm are opening up. The Rosamar, for example, hotel has been open. The Hotel Brisa, which is right on the Levante beach at the beginning. The Flash Hotel Don Pancho. A lot of different ones are being open already and have quite a lot of people on the weekend, but during the week mostly these are national tourists and only a few international ones from the countries that are allowed to travel without the necessity to get quarantined when they come back to their homes. So we need to do something because hotels are open, but there are not many people. For example, in Hotel Dynastic, this week there's going to be approximately 200 people inside, 200 tourists. But basically it's still not a lot, taking into consideration the total capacity of the hotel. As you can see behind me, I want to show you a little bit. There's quite a lot of people on this beach comparing to what we used to have, okay? A lot of people might say that there's no one. But comparing to what we had like a month ago, there's a lot of people here. And this is the Poniente beach. Today we are on the Poniente beach in Benidorm. This is why we have such a marvelous view from all the Benidorm right here on the screen and of our Mediterranean Sea. But right behind me you see a lot of people already coming. It's still early morning, it's 10 o'clock, so by midday there's going to be a lot more. And the Levante beach, I'm gonna try and make you some short video today about how the Levante beach is doing for today and if there's many people on the beach or not. So I'm gonna post it slightly later today. This is basically the situation. Also want to say that Spain has a lot of changes and is planning to do a lot of changes by the year 2050 maximum. Maybe even earlier than that. For example, they want to cancel all these short distance flights that might be changed for a trip in using the train in less than 2.5 hours. There are not many flights like this. For example, there are flights between Madrid, Sevilla, Valencia and Alicante going out from Madrid or from these cities towards Madrid. These flights take less than the train takes less than 2.5 hours. So they want to eliminate these flights so that people would use other methods of transport that don't basically bring so much CO2 and harmful gases inside the atmosphere and all different elements inside our air and pollute our air, the one that we basically breathe. The other one that might disappear also is Madrid-Barcelona and the other way around. We don't know it for sure because the train exactly takes 2 hours and 30 minutes, so we don't know if it's going to be eliminated or not. But basically our government is thinking for the future of Spain not to use as much airplanes, to use alternative methods of transport, as well as they're planning to put some more taxes, for example, on cars. We already have a few taxes here that basically are taxed for the circulation when we basically use the roads that are of the government. And the taxes when you matriculate, when you buy a new car and you need to register it, we also pay a specific tax. But what they want to do is unify this tax and every person will pay a different amount in terms of like depending on which car it is, which model, if it's a very strong engine, if not, how much CO2 and harmful things it brings into the atmosphere, and a lot of different things. It will depend on a lot of factors, but basically this is going to be the new tax, as well as they want to rise the taxes for fuel, so for diesel and gasoline as well, so that people would move towards the alternative ways of cars like hybrid cars or 100% electric ones. And the best thing that our government is thinking to do, to be honest, this is like amazing news, is first of all higher up the wage, the monthly salary for everyone, like the minimum salary. They want to rise it up quite a lot in comparison to what we have right now, so that people would be able to spend more money, and as a result the economy would continuously move and grow. The other thing that they want to do is to lower the weekly working hours. Right now the official week of work is 40 hours. I think it's everywhere basically in the world. But Spain wants to lower it to 35 so that people would have more time to spend with their families. They would have some time to spend with their children as well, to pick up children from school. And as a result, a lot more people would consider having children, what they don't do right now, specifically due to the fact that they are not able to combine their work with the family life. So everything has to do with everything basically. And the best news is that for young people, they don't say which age it's gonna be for now, but for young people who are independent already, like from 18, from 20, maybe 25, we don't know for sure, the government will give like public money, like a gift that they won't have to return, never ever, to the government. And this money will be able to be used for three things. First of all, it might be used for buying the property. So for having this basic like reserve money, 20% to buy your own property here. It's not only for Spanish people, it's for people in general living here in Spain that live legally. Plus, you can spend this money for opening your own business or evolving in your business if you have one already. Or the third option will be to spend this money for studies in case you want to study in the university or you want to get some doctor's degree, master degrees, things like that, which is very, very useful because right now young people here in Spain don't really have a lot of options. They cannot buy their own property because it's very expensive and they don't have the money, necessary money to have this initial 20% more or less, because banks here only give up to 80% of the value of a property. A lot of them cannot study because they cannot simply afford it, because studies here in Spain are very expensive as well in the universities, not talking even about doctors or master's degree. And the business is also always very nice because it's just an extra help for young people to situate themselves in this world and to be able to survive and have more income, and this way spend money in Spain, because everything circulates, everything is moving like in a circle here. People get more money, they spend more, the economy grows. So basically it is what it is. So there are a few not very good news in terms of taxes, but the other ones are very nice. Also, they want to raise the taxes for tobacco and like for smokers and for alcohol, which for us doesn't mean anything because we don't smoke, we don't drink in our family, but it's very good news because I consider these things non-essential ones. So if someone wants to consume these things, why not pay slightly more for that? This is basically what's happening here in Spain. A lot of tourism is being activated slowly but surely. Here people are slowly moving, they're booking, but they're booking more towards the July, August, September and so on. They are not touching that much June because a lot of people, especially from UK, don't know what's going to happen. They are waiting on what Boris Johnson will say. They're waiting if the quarantine will be taken out and they will be able to freely move to other countries. But meanwhile, they just wait or prefer to book for some later future. This is what the situation is for the day of today, Friday. What about the Spanish weather? We must say that, as you can see right behind me, the weather is just amazing here in Spain. Weather is going to be quite good only today, sadly. During the weekend, we probably will have some rain, even here in our Benidorm region. It's not for sure yet because they say that during the evening of Saturday, beginning of Sunday, the clouds will come from the north part of Spain towards the Mediterranean area and it might rain. Maybe it will, maybe not, we don't know because there are still 2 days left until then, but hopefully it's not going to be the case and we'll be able to enjoy this perfect Spanish weather as we do right now. What about the temperatures? Temperatures today rise up substantially in comparison to yesterday. Yesterday and the day before, it wasn't very cold. It was nice. It was 24, 25 degrees outside. But today it's even warmer. It's approximately 27, 28 at this very moment here in Benidorm on the Poniente beach area. In general, these temperatures will remain stable and they will decrease on Sunday in all Spain due to this rain that will be coming here. The rain should be here Sunday and beginning of Monday, and by Tuesday it will disappear once again. In general, the temperatures on the north part of Spain will be between 14 and 20 degrees, in the center between 21 and 30, in the south part 22, 36, and the Mediterranean area between 21 and 31. Here in our lovely, sunny, amazing Benidorm, we'll have 27 today, as well as in Alicante area. In Barcelona, 22, in Granada, 32, in Malaga and Marbella, 26, in Sevilla, 36 today. So the ones who live there or know the family, relatives, friends that live there, let them know that they need to drink a lot of water, they need to hydrate themselves, and put sunscreen, put some hats on, because it's very easy to get either a sunburn or a dehydration. So you need to take care of yourselves already, because sun is very aggressive already starting from now. In the other cities, for example, in Madrid, in the capital of Spain, it's going to be 29, also very warm. In Murcia, south from Alicante, 31. In Balearic Islands, 26, which is Mallorca, Menorca and Ibiza. In Canary Islands, 25 in Gran Canarias and 29 in Tenerife. There's always slightly warmer. And in Valencia, it's going to be 25 today. The sea temperature already hit 20 degrees, so this is why a lot of people are already swimming right there behind me. These were all the news for today, my darlings. I hope you enjoyed watching them and you got to know something useful for you. If you did, don't forget to put a like and subscribe to the channel if you still didn't do so, because there's a lot of different interesting videos waiting up for you. The next video that I'm gonna show you tomorrow is gonna be amazing walk through the Tapas Street here in Benidorm. We're gonna be going to some different small bars and places to get traditional Spanish snacks, which I of course gonna film for you. So if you're interested in traditional Spanish kitchen, don't forget to join tomorrow's video. Bye everyone, and wish you a very nice weekend.